Shop the Divine Collection from ENL Beauty. This is our limited collection. Order it right now from our website www.enlbeautyng.com. Hi guys, Linda Ezemedolu here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome back to our community. In today's video, I'm going to be responding to a question I got recently, and the question is, what question should I ask a hair supplier before I start buying hair from them? In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you 10 questions, 10 important questions you need to ask a prospective hair supplier before you start doing business with the supplier. Grab your popcorn, grab your water, grab your drink, whatever you have, settle down. Let's get right into this video. First question you want to ask a prospective hair supplier is, what is your hair origin? You don't want to be buying hair just for the sake of buying hair because it is hair. Where is your hair sourced from? Do you sell Indian hair? Do you sell Vietnamese hair? Do you sell Burmese hair? Do you sell Cambodian hair or Indonesian hair? Where your hair was cut from, what origin is she from? The reason this question is quite important is because different people from various parts of the world, there are certain characteristics that their hair are known to have. Like an African lady's hair is known to have like a coarse, kinky, coily texture. Somebody of Vietnamese origins is known to have a very straight hair. Someone of Indian origin is known to have a very voluminous, straight to body wave kind of hair. So it varies. For the various characteristics that hairs of these people are known to have, these are the things that influences why somebody wants to buy a hair. A customer might want to have a sleek bone straight hair. For that reason, I want to ensure that I'm sourcing either Filipino hair for the customer or Vietnamese hair for the customer, because those are the hair types that are going to stay straight. A customer might want to have hair that is very wavy and body wave, natural body wave kind of look. It's best the customer goes for an Indian hair type. A customer might want to have a kinky, coily or pixie coily hair. Those hairs are typically processed. It could be sourced from anywhere, but these hairs are being sold mainly by Chinese hair factories. When you want a coily hair like that, then you have to source your hair from China. So this is the reason why I said knowing the hair origin is quite important. So ask the hair company, where is your hair sourced from? So you know how the hair will be able to serve your customer or serve you, the consumer. One question you want to ask a hair supplier is, how long has your company been in business? The reason why you ask this question is because you want to ensure that you're working with a company that is experienced. You're working with a company that has gone through some challenges and overgrown these challenges. You want to make sure that you're working with a company that has learned and mastered the act of making hair extensions, preparing the wefts. You don't want to be working with a hair company that is still in the learning stage. They probably don't know how to sew the wefts very well, or they probably don't know how to hand tie the weft very well. When you buy hair extensions from this company, you might notice that the weft might be prone to shedding, and that's because the hair company hasn't prepared the weft very well. So ask how long the company has been in business. The third question you want to ask a prospective hair supplier is, how are your wefts constructed? There are various ways in which wefts are constructed. It could be hand tied, it could be machine wefted, it could be a single weft, or it could be a double weft. So typically there are two types of wefts, which is the hand tied or the machine weft. The machine weft hair is usually just sewn by a machine, while the hand tied weft is joined together by hand. The hairs are turned around and tied together to form a weft. The disadvantages of the hand wefted hair is that when you cut it, it's going to make the hair shed a whole lot, and it's difficult for you to tie the hair back because you have to take out a whole lot for you to tie the hair, except you use a sealer. There's something they call except you use a sealer to seal that point. For this reason, you notice that the hand tied hair is more prone to shedding, unlike the machine weft hair that is sewed securely down. If the company in question that does the hand tied weft does it so well and when you're making a wig, you don't have to cut the weft. Then you notice that the hand-tied hair could even be less prone to shedding than the machine wefted hair, because from the way the hand-tied hair was well bent in and tied securely, it would be less prone to shedding if it is well done than the machine wefted hair. It comes to like the single weft hair and the double weft hair. The single weft hair is the weft of the hair. The single weft and the machine weft are types of the single weft and the double weft are types of the machine weft. With the single weft, the weft is going to be flat, while the double weft is like combining two wefts together. So for that reason, the weft of the hair is going to be thicker than the double weft is going to be thicker than the single weft. Knowing the type of sewing you want to do and knowing how you want your hair to feel, you want to ensure that you choose the best weft type for the type of wigs you're trying to make, so that the wigs lay very flat and securely and you're not feeling the weft being very thick on the head. The fourth question you want to ask a hair supplier is, what type of hair do you sew? Are you selling raw hair extensions, or are you selling hair that has been raw hair extension, meaning hair that is unprocessed, or are you selling hair extensions that have been processed? And can your hair be bleached to a 613 color, which is a blonde color? Can I dye your hair? Because if you are in a situation whereby you buy hair extensions and you have the intention of recoloring the hair to probably a blonde color, a honey blonde color, or you just want to do like a pink or purple, yellow, you want to experiment with colors, you need to ensure that you're getting hair from a supplier that sells raw, unprocessed hair, because those are the hair types that can help you achieve those very exotic hair colors. If you buy hair that has been processed, it's going to be difficult for you to get those colors, because it's possible that the hair was probably colored to achieve a uniformed 1B color, which is a natural black color or a jet black color. Ensure you're buying hair that is unprocessed if you have the intentions of customizing your wigs. But if you are someone who doesn't care about, you just want to buy bundles and sell the bundles as it is, and your customer doesn't have any intention of coloring the hair, then you can work with processed hair extensions. So ask vendor, are you selling unprocessed hair or processed hair extension? The fifth question you want to ask a prospective hair vendor is, can your hair take heat? Asking this question is quite necessary, because in recent times I found that some hair extensions you buy, when you try to coil it or straighten the hair, you notice that some strands in the hair tends to melt. The reason why you see some strands melting in your hair extension is because synthetic fibers were added to the hair extensions, and in most cases the synthetic fiber that was added is not a heat resistant synthetic fiber. That's the reason why you find that the fibers starts to melt. But in some cases, some vendors would use heat resistant synthetic fibers, and when that is what is used, you notice that when you try to straighten the hair is going to straighten. But if the heat is too much, you notice that the hair would get rough. The fiber is going to get rough. And if the fiber gets rough, you know that of course this is not real hair. Because real hair, if you put heat on real hair, it's going to straighten. If it's so hot, like fire, the hair would burn. But if it is fiber, you might find that because of the heat being so high, the hair sort of shrinks a bit, it gets a bit rough. But when you reduce the heat and you try to straighten it, it gets straightened really smooth. The sixth question you want to ask a prospective hair supplier is, do you have a return and refund policy? Guys, this question is very important. It's very important. It's just to avoid having to go back and forth to the hair company if they make a mistake, because we are all humans. You can make a mistake. You want to also ensure that when you receive your hair and you notice that there's something off about it, you want to make sure you return that hair immediately. You don't want to wait for about 1 month before you start getting in touch with the hair company that you want to return the hair, because if you wait for 1 month or even 2 weeks, you would invariably not get a return. You may not be allowed to return the hair and get a refund or get an exchange. What I try to do with my customers is, if I make a mistake with their order, I allow them return it, I fix the problem and I send it back to them, or I allow them exchange the hair with something else if it's something that they got the hair and they don't like the way the hair is. So you need to ensure that if you're trying to venture into business with any hair company, that they have a return, a refund, or at least an exchange policy. Seventh question you want to ask a prospective hair vendor is, do you accept PayPal payments? Guys, this is so important, because there are lots of hair companies out there that lack integrity. That's just the sad reality of it. You want to make sure that any hair company you want to do business with, especially in Asia, allows PayPal. For me in Nigeria, PayPal doesn't allow Nigerians set up a full PayPal account, because here in Nigeria I can send money but I can't receive money. But if you're working with an Asian company, if you find that they have PayPal, you also want to look at what their sales policy is to ensure that in case they send you the wrong order or they send you hair and you don't like the hair, you can get a refund via PayPal. Unlike when you make a direct bank payment, once your money is gone from your accounts, you can't get it back. But with PayPal, you could get some sort of a refund from PayPal. The 8th question you want to ask a prospective hair supplier is, do you have a MOQ? By MOQ, I mean minimum order quantity. The minimum order quantity is the lowest amount of the hair you can buy from a vendor, a hair supplier, a hair company, or any other hair company you're dealing with at a given time. Let's say you're just buying hair from this hair company for the first time and you don't want to buy a whole lot. You want to make sure that you ask about their MOQ. Let's say this company has an MOQ of at least 3 bundles. You can buy 3 bundles of their hair with a closure, or just buy the 3 bundles so that you can test the hair and find out if the hair meets your standards. There are various ways in which you can test the quality of a hair extension. That's one of my books that are going to be coming out in a few months. Not in a few months, in a few weeks. It's how to test the quality of hair extensions. So you want to put these 3 hair bundles into to test and see if it meets the standard, if it's real human hair. But after you test this hair and you see that the hair met your standards, met your expectations, you can proceed to buying more from the hair company. And some hair companies tend to have a minimum order quantity of about 3 kgs for you to be able to enjoy the wholesale price. Some have a minimum order quantity of 1 kg for you to be able to buy at the wholesale price. But if you buy less than 1 kg, or let's say 3 kgs, depending on the hair company in question, then you may have to buy at the retail price. The 9th question you want to ask a prospective hair vendor is, do you offer discounts to customers who buy hair extensions in bulk? Asking this question is quite pertinent, because if you are a customer that tends to buy a whole lot of hairs, let's say you're buying hairs for $20,000, $30,000, you want to ensure that you're able to get discount for the large purchases that you make, and you could even get free closures or get some free bundles from the hair vendor because you're spending a whole lot in their company. So when you're investing so much in a given company, they should be able to give you some sort of discounts when you make that large orders, or at least offer you free shipping, or gift you something for being a 5-star customer. As the 10th and the final question you want to ask a prospective hair supplier is, what lace types do you have? In case you do not know, there are various lace types in the market. We have the HD lace, you have the HD Swiss lace, you have the Swiss lace, you have the French lace, and there are more and more lace types in the market. And for Swiss lace, there are Swiss lace that are transparent lace. You also have the brown lace, the brown Swiss lace. You also have the dark brown Swiss lace. There are some laces you find that have a yellow undertone to it. There are some laces you find that have like a greenish undertone to it. You want to find out what various lace colors your hair supplier has. Because let's say your customers are Africans, and Africans typically have go from a light complexion to a more caramel to dark brown, coffee skin tones. You want to ensure that you get laces, you get lace colors that can blend into your ideal customer's skin complexion. Or at least if you can't buy, let's say, brown lace or yellow lace, you could just get like a HD lace that's going to blend into almost every skin complexion. So having varieties, either a HD lace or a transparent lace, those 2 laces blend better into all skin complexion. So asking this question helps you know if you're going to get good quality lace from the vendors. And also note that lace types differ. Some laces are quite stretchy, while some laces, if you try to drag it, it's going to tear apart. So you need to ensure that you know the various lace types that your prospective hair supplier has available, and know which one you should best work with. But for somebody who is certain, let's say, very more affordable hair extensions. You want to stick to certain laces that are like Swiss lace, because the Swiss lace is more durable, unlike the HD lace, which any small thing it could tear apart. So guys, these are the 10 questions you need to ask a prospective hair supplier. I really hope you got value out of this video, and please subscribe to my channel if you're not yet subscribed. Thank you so much for watching this video. Give this video a thumbs up. Remember, be bold, have courage, live a positive life, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys, love you.